Hello, everybody, and I would like to thank my wonderful subscribers. Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 4, part 3 of Rise from the Ashes, Ace Attorney. This is the last taste of the first game, so let's get into it right now. Okay, yeah. Day 2, Trial Ladder. February 23, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Well, according to the 4 I've had before, yes. Like, you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there? Yeah, a lot. Pretty much. Except today, we're swimming in quicksand. So, what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently, she got called to the judge's chambers. Huh? Probably something to do with the piece of cloth. So, they will return the trial around. Emma, we have 3 more days. 2 more days. Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Oh yeah, partner. Why are you here? They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it will fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least. Officer Marshall? Thought I'd come to the yacht, see how the trial is coming. Look like I'm late. They've got the homeland yacht up tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out. Wait. That hard to slip out, huh? What's going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these 2 days have seemed really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing, anyway, didn't have anything to do with Darbs. Shadarbs. She wasn't even wearing the Shadarbs. You don't say. Now, don't that just be all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day, too. She was wearing a red muffler. Yeah, I kinda knew that, but yeah. What? At the award ceremony that afternoon. You would have seen it too, I'd reckon. What did that mean? It means that she had it on. Well, the events that you just mentioned. Were before the murder. This is during or maybe after the murder. So, something happened to the Shadar during that time. In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing the Shadar. So, Miss Shadar wasn't Miss Dayton? Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you decide yet that bull, though it will. Time will tell. Ugh, I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we flipping in now, Mr. Wright? If it's sedate sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee. You do this shit. You shit this do. February 23. 12:52 a.m. p.m. District courtroom number 9. I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge looking over at the prosecution. Oh. Is something wrong, Mr. Edward? Your face is blue. Your lips are purple. You're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those blinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. Your back is bent. It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edward. He's been defeated without us even doing anything. Well then, I believe this is our time to continue on with this trial. During our research, I have requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable! It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me. Knock knock. Huh? Who's there? Oh my god, who are you? What's with this guy? A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. What? I mean, I guess he looks hot, but he can't be that hot. Who on earth is he? Why is there such a long pause? It's you. I can't sit up. I can't sit up to this. Sorry I'm late, I say. The rooms were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, eh, Ozzy? How you been? Slim much these days? Hello. Nah, I've been so busy. Busy, Ozzy, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Ozzy seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Really afraid. Sorry, but, yeah, who are you? Is my question as Matthew. Oh, so you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks? So sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly? Little worthy. Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police. I never would have guessed that. Chief of police? He's the top ranking police officer in the entire district. I can't skip it. Name's Dan. Damon Dan. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since we last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Huh. Well, it's Worry here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out. by blaming this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the time occurred, Miss Star really was wearing that muffler. But to think, it was stuffed in that exhaust pipe. On little Worthy's car, no yes. Here's a tip. What? What is that? It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you would call a switchblade knife. To light, perhaps. It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief! What kind of outfit are you running? I don't know, it's a kind of orangey color. You like it? Mr. Edgeworth! How did they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this apt, how do you expect us to do our jobs? Now wait a moment, Edgeworth. Now wait a minute, Worthy. I've got no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Huh? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there? Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the cloud because you got the award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Edgeworth at a loss for words. I can't even come up with any commentary. I'm too invested. Yeah, obviously this guy is a higher rank than Mr. Edgeworth. But man, I don't even know what voice I should give him. He's kind of like a wise character, but he's also like serious at points. He looks old, but not that old. So I don't know what voice to give him. This time the major blunder is unlike you, Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that flip, and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I won't be able to pound my gavel anymore. I love that. He just doesn't want to hurt himself. Like, pain is that horrible that he won't even consider opening it. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I won't be able to point it at people anymore. No, Phoenix. Both of your points are absolute bullshit, but like, he has a better point. Like, you can still point a hurt finger at people if there's a cut on it. If you like cut yourself, you might not be able to hold stuff anymore. Especially something as tight as a gavel. Come on, just hurry up and open it. I'm not controlling it. Yeah, see? How would you ever get hurt from doing that? All you have to do is keep your hand on the handle side. Well, don't stand me like that. I'm the one who's stand. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood? Okay. Switchblade knife added to the tort record. Found at the crime machine wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Small tad attacked. This did not include the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but can I ask you to testify for us? Testify, Judgy, testify! About the split between the police? About the prosecutors and the police and this knife? Sure, Dane. Not a problem. Not even a small one. Really? You do this. Witness testimony. Department in disorder. This knife is special. But I can't exactly say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That would be a bad day for the department. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, and see, what a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15. Should they replace it in A? It's not officially linked to this case, so we can't talk much about it. There was a murder here at the police department? A detective? That's such information, Ozzy. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second. You said 5:50? That's the same exact time that Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. Order! Anyway, we were at the department. We were all flustered, as you might assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright, 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places, just like the intro. The chances of that happening are really slim. Scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well, however, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. You do this shit. This life is special, but I can't say how. Tell me how! Excuse me, special? Like a learning disability or something? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere. Else, might the special thing be this little tad? Oh, sorry, Rhino, but I can't say that now, not yet. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? Well, they both have blood on them, so might I propose the idea that they were both used to kill the victim. They both have blood covered on them. Maybe, why hide a knife though? The reason you hide a knife is so nobody finds it. But then, why have a different knife already in the chest? So there has to be something important about that knife for it to be hidden. That's quite a mystery. And yet the mystery is wrapped in something. A muffler. Oh yes, there's evidence to prove a link between this knife and Mr. Goodman. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. That makes it connect. yeah, obviously. See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Rhino. Maybe there's something about this knife that will give us a clue? You should examine the knife while we can, Rhino. Please don't call me Rhino. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting that piece of evidence that I've been dumped on this whole time. So how we're doing down at the department. So maybe I go back? Shit. Okay, give me a minute. Where is it? Right, it's the newest piece of evidence. Let me examine. There's a small tab on the knife. It says SL92. What is that supposed to mean? I'm not sure, but it reminded me of a similar code. BL6 maybe? Maybe it's a case number. Okay, so all case numbers are, what, 2 letters, 1 number? That's weird. What? I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this pad. It wasn't that long ago either. Maybe I should check the whole record again. Okay. They are obviously leading me to something. I need to find something with numbers. Maybe this? 6, 7, 6, 7, S, 1, 2, 2. Or SL 9 2 21. That's it. Okay, do I present it or do I just keep note of it? Maybe I could just present it? Wait a second. Yeah, in order to do this objection. This knife, it has something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? In order to do this, what do you mean from Ozzy? This is great. Using the tab on this knife, it reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7S 2 divided by 12 divided by 2? No, you're a fucking idiot. Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside The printed name on the memo makes it your right side up. But when you turn it around, what do you get? Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9, that's the same thing written on the knife's tag. Yes, John, keep up. I said that. You can't just mimic me and expect it plays. Order! Order! Well, Chief. Oh, well. You're just attached under the bad. You win, righto. I win? What game is this guy playing? Fourth-dimensional chess. Maybe, I don't know. This knife was evident in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. That was a bad day with the department. We weren't in any shit. Well, obviously I should press this. So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evident, you say? Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice! Didn't show you, little worthy. It was a murder weapon as it happened. It was evident from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Judge, I would like to indict Miles Edgeworth because all the evidence can point to him except for the photos. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got it good looking your eyes there, righto, my boy. Sharp, honey. So something did happen? And why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy. With, what with your case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? A detective was killed at the police department. Gee, what a mess. Okay. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? Oh, that's a fact. Surprising, ain't it, Ozzy? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested them, in fact. Just arrested? That was clip. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you can help, righto. I suppose I could help. If you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing, and one thing only. We know where the victim was found. It was in the police department. How he was... We only know how... Oh, I need a shave. Okay. Well, how was the detective killed? How he was killed? Now that's the interesting thing. It was what we in the force call a stabbing. with a knife. A knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit. We took it now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarity between the two cases than the cause of death. It seems like I have to press this a little harder. 550, but that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? Impossibly low. Should coincidence? It's just my gut feeling. But I'm saying there's a 0.001 chance of that happening. Chief Dan, please tell us more about that incident. How can you say that there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can say whatever the fuck I want. I can't just say anything I please, I know. You understand? Oh, well, apparently I got the complete opposite point. Try to understand, Rhino. Well, if you can't prove there is a connection, more power to ya. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together. Whatever it is, I better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife. What were you doing there? I better check out this knife. Well, no, I proved my point. Oh, that's it? Give me a minute. I feel like I need to go back to the other one. Maybe, I don't know. Let me load my save and see what happens if I choose another one. Because I feel like that wasn't really the right answer. I'll do where. So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't beat on where the torch was found. But I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second. I've heard of that. The evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Did I really need that flashback? The connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. Let me read that better. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can dare to testify about the details. Chief, the defensive position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, Rhino. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. You really like acting like that, don't you, Judge? How well do you guys know each other? The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife was found in the yacht. The knife found in the yacht was stolen from the police department evidence room. Not to mention, the victim had on him the tape number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed, there do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. Oh, you two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to figure out what you two have just to do right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been out yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Damn, he's a pretty yacht police officer. Who would have guessed? I would have. We had to get the trial rolling somehow. If you're gonna tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Well, take information is tricky. It's a tricky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh well, I think I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Wait a minute. Okay, well that won't help. Well, she's a detective. I don't know anything about divisions. So, gender won't really help us. Yeah, I don't know anything about a division. But, let me think. So, we've been hearing a lot about IDs. About investigator IDs. It had come up. And, well, it come up. I feel like maybe they're leading us to it. A name and ID number are written here, see? Sergeant Brewsterman, 5842189. I wonder why they only use number for ID. What else would they use? The other is silly. They're the reason we have a written language in the first place. True. Sergeant Brewsterman, ID, Yabba Babba Doo. See? Wouldn't that be better? Yabba Dabba Doo. Well, it does have a certain ring to it. It doesn't take much to amuse her. I know, she's an adorable little Dale. So yeah, I think we should check out the ID number. Maybe we'll find his ID eventually. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? And not yet you'd be able to figure out who it is from that. Of course not. You wouldn't tell me their name after all. We keep a tight lid on evidence, on ID numbers, so don't get your hopes up. The number is... what? 5842189. That's the same number. What the fuck did that mean? Did that mean that Bruce Dillman was like murdered in 2 places? Or maybe he was murdered at one place and then moved to another? Well, that's quite yawn. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 8, 2, I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, did it tell you anything? the ID number of the victim at the police department. 5842189. This tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning, it has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say that the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? It's telling me that they're the same person. Bam! Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're delineating like the schedule. You're delineating like the schedule day on prom night. No, it's just, I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. Okay? I know that was supposed to hurt my feelings, and it tried to hurt my feelings. The police department, the prosecutor's office, 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh ho ho, is it yours? No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney. Remember, I'm the guy who points and says objection. I'm not a witness person, you know? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personnel IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number was 584219189. And this means what exactly? Huh? Wait! That ID number we just heard from the chief earlier. That started with 2, 8... Huh. I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right. Again! How do you fail that hard? It was 5, 8, 2, something. The number the police chief gave to us was 5842189. Wait a second, right? What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective was killed in the police department. The detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh ho ho! Sharp as a cat, Righto. Sharp as a cat. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet a detective, Bruce Goodman, was also killed at the police department. This makes me conclude one thing. Wait, how do you guys know the murder time? Wait, but what about the body? Is there not a body in the other case then? In the evidence room at the exact same time. Your Honor, I told that this whole thing is way too confusing, and you should just label it a mistrial and like never deal with it again. Like, honestly, like, Judge, I don't think you don't understand this trial much. So, you might as well just, like, give us a not guilty and then go home with your kids. That's impossible. So, what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time. And in completely different locations? Well, no, I'm not saying that. Not really, anyway. Order, order, order. Chief, what did it mean? No, what I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now wait just a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department had made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said, wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How? How dare... we informed you yesterday. I believe it was our officer, Mike Meaton, who brought you the news. Officer Meaton? Mr. Wright, where have you heard that name before? It was the other one. Wait, aha! Excuse me, but is Edward, anywhere on the premises? Okay, sir, I'm listening to Chief, sir. I'm on your report, sir. You don't mean him? According to Meaton, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me, he said the report had nothing to do with the Yana Shaddai incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police evidence room. Mr. Edward, the victim's name is written here, right on the top of the report. Why didn't your officer tell me? The officer was a middleman. He doesn't have to know anything. He doesn't have to know anything about the case. All he has to do is deliver paperwork from one place to another. He is not under any obligation to learn about the case. His job is to hand you papers. The fact that you didn't look over the papers is your fault, Edgeworth. Honestly, I'm not sure if that detective was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error. A grave neglect of duty on your part, Worthy. No, I can say that better. In any case, there's a serious error. A gross negligence on duty of your part, Angie, of Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then okay. Please stop looking at me. No shot this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now what was the second rule of evidence law, huh? Well, Mr. Wright, Huh? Oh, well, it's, Rule 2. Unregistered evidence unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what did that mean? You should know, Judge! You are literally the judge! You should know about how... Judge, if you were gonna be dumb about common sense, you should at least be smart at your job, which is knowing the law. How come you don't know the law right now? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Wright over there. Good job, Wright, my boy. Huh? Oh, I was just doing my job. No! No! It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy, with all those rumors. You were even in the defendant's chair just this last September, December, November. Who cares what day? Huh? I apologize for this terrible act of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened if it's the last thing I do. You better get results this time. Really? You have my profound apology, sir. Or Mr. Edgeworth. Well, no, I don't really feel bad for him because he got a report and he literally didn't take a report that was handed to him. And also, he was literally rude to the officer who brought the report in, even though the officer had no idea. And he was a kind of a dick to meetings. So, I don't really feel bad for Edward. Because, like, he should have gotten the report. All he had to do was get the report, look at the front page, and then he would have realized, wait a minute, these two reports have the same name. And then he could have started to build off of it. Not only that, it proves that his request of, I only want relevant data brought to me, was followed. The police department only gave him relevant data. The fact that he believed it was irrelevant came from an officer who he had no reason to fully trust. So no, Emma, you can feel bad about Edward's PTSD, but in this case, I don't feel bad for him. It was his job to look over evidence, and he failed to do that. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day on the prosecution's requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edward? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment is for this. I hope, for your sake, it's not decisive. Very well, court is adjourned. Oh shit, that was a short episode today. Why do I feel like I wanted to continue? I want to see where we go. Maybe I'll stop at like the hour mark or something. February 23, 2:15 p.m. Right until y'all offices. Um, Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, yeah, see, what is going on? The victim, Detective Blue Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's office yacht, the prosecutor parking yacht, and the police evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes away by car. Well, that's what we're gonna find out. Or try to at least. Oh well, yeah, do it. Glad she's in good spirit, but I'm not sure she's gonna be much help with this. Don't be so surprised, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us. Okay, we're back here. February 23rd, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum, was it empty? The oil drum that was tipped over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erased everything on crime scene? Never. Even though she said they don't really get along, Emma really liked her sister. That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals on what we do and I trust her. Been worried for a high school student. Well, whether or not there was blood on the floor. Whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is humanol testing fluid. Humanol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing blood stains with this stuff, not drinking it. You don't know, maybe she drinks it. Here, look, all you need these glasses. Huh? You have an extra pair of those things? Wow. Yeah. To test for a blood reaction, just spray the humanol on it. Like this, see? Please press the A button to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some blood stains. Oh. Oh, we found some. Oh my god. I can see her eyes just shining beneath those glasses. So, this is a blood stain? It's so... Ugh. Emma, you're shaking. It's just... This is my first time seeing real blood. Well, Wait, you're a woman. Don't you get periods? What? How old are you, actually? Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know this is a blood stain. But there's something that should strike you as odd about it. Scientifically, should be taken up towards. What's odd about this, scientifically? The location makes sense if this is where he was killed. But if this is where he was killed, why the fuck is there so little blood? There's like 3 drops, maybe 4. The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I mean, look at all the blood that's on the sole of the victim's shoe. It ain't pretty strange. Yeah, okay, wait. Okay, so that implies that if there's this much blood, but we can't find the blood here, then the murder didn't happen here. There's not enough blood here for that to make sense. So, assuming that the shoe is right and that the body is right, that means that the murder didn't happen here. There's not enough blood to support that besides the body. So, this might not be the real scene of the murder. If they fought here, there'd have to be more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark the foreplay when we find the blood stain, okay? Okay. See, I'm pretty handy to have around, alright? Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. Luminal testing fluid, solution used for scientific investigations. Find blood traces, spray to use. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all the evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit their view of the case, which makes them evil and bad people. They yet drag out that hidden evidence into the light of day. Yeah! It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Aha! I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli lunchbox. Probably make it inedible. Mr. Dar, you only trust your own eyes, huh? Not bad, you two. This very old deli box is on the house. So it's just that kind of eating doesn't really get my mouth watering. Can I talk to you? You certainly put me in a tight spot today. We did, I'm sorry. My apologies, Mr. Dar, but no, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there, but I was afraid it wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You relied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little Dale, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the event from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Shaddai stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photo has something important to tell us, but what? It proves that she was related to the murder in some way. but I don't know what her connection is. So you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Star? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they tossed it all up. The information, not vomit. Tossed it up. They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day, I dragged out the dirt from the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long, they told me to toss up clean. Oh, and here I got someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. Wow, Emma, you really want to beat her over the head by insulting her. And you were yet go, or fired? I felt like I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... What, am I supposed to present her with something? Maybe I can present her with this. What do you think about this? The SL9 incident is written on that knife and on that note. Cinnamon. Cinnamon was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case. The murder weapon. It was due for transfer the day Goodman was killed. Okay. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you can tell us a bit more about the SL9 incident? No? Really nothing? Okay, I think I need to present you more SL9 evidence. Oh, here we go. What do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's all written on that knife and on that note. When the head investigator on that take, really? That knife was evidence on that take. If we do material in the day, okay? Are you dead at 8? Are you tell us more about it? No? Nothing really? Okay, is this gonna do anything? I had one of those up until 2 years ago. Back when you were the top-up clean, right? We found this ID here in the parking lot. Well, there's no mistaking that it definitely didn't. But it's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department. That's impossible. I wish I could be so sure. I'm gonna present you with this. Can you take a look at this? You! Yes? You said you wanted some hot tea, right? No, but hey, she didn't even look at it. You must have to blue the union on time to the witch. You ate it? You drank it? What the heck? We pre-infused the yeast with Shadeen before brewing. I knew it! So that's the secret to the aroma and blizzard. A body with Edward's knife stuck in it we found in Edward's car. I think he owed me his gratitude. Gratitude? Why, if I hadn't witnessed the crime, Mr. Edward would have been the suspect. I wonder. Still, it's strange. Why didn't our chief prosecutor have her own murder weapon ready? Well, okay, but we do have another knife. Maybe that was her murder weapon. I'm not saying I want to agree with it, but yeah. Yeah, the other her murder weapon could be the other knife. She could have taken it from the evidence room, and then he killed it in the evidence room and brought the knife and the body over here. And I don't know why. I don't have any other today. So yeah, that's what I think happened. The murder was probably in the evidence room, because that's where the knife was. It would be easy. The actual oh yeah, it's a knife. Okay. It was when I grabbed the chief prosecutor on the shoulder. He dropped that phone on the pavement. Right when you heard her talking about muffler, right? Little did I know, it was a trap. The red card muffler and the prosecutor's red muffler. What would Miss Shaddai really trying to say, I wonder? Okay, yeah, I'm not getting a lot of information out of her. I kind of wish there was a oh shit, wait, no! Shit, I didn't know that was, oh my god. You need to tell me if it's new. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard station, but even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime. I rushed toward the chain-linked fences in an effort to stop the murder. Right when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the murder. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The whole of my testimony, as it were. Those 5 minutes weren't the problem, Mr. Starr. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl, I've had my testimony disregarded before. And I want you to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time. Okay, is that gonna get us the new dialogue? You can tell you to this, you. Okay, well, we already did that. Okay, thank God. Okay, I didn't need to forget everything. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? If I had to guess, the prosecutors. 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I've ever handled. The police and prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yeah, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence. of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The bad part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were devoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be Marshall? Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops. I mean, police officer security detail officer Marshall. A professional detective, we investigated that case from every angle. Jack was particularly determined. And then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten DL6? Oh, shit! SL9! There's another side to this case. A hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait. No Leipzig you shall. There's only one reason I come to sell Leipzig in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, boy friends that can help me investigate. Miss Sitar's old boyfriend. How many does she have anyway? Just when all the detectives on DL6 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. Thank you, Miss Obvious. So, Rookie. What? It seems that you're serious about investigating this case. Yes? Then you should take this. Salisbury sedate lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Sedate lunch, received from Miss Sidar. Excellent for putting Officer Marshall in a good mood. Received from Miss Sidar. Miss Sidar? Officer Marshall, is he your, are you his... Are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too, back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now, he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the path to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. Okay, so I think we have to find... I'm not presenting you anything. Just move. But yes, there's something to look at here. Shit, I probably should. How do I do humanol? Oh, maybe I need a dough too, right? No? Okay, I can't. Oh wait, can I actually like... Oh, I can, okay. Okay, I don't think there's anything here. Okay, let's move to the police department. February 23, police department entrance. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. That's not how physics works. I think it makes sense. A detective did get killed here after all. So the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we found in the front office, here it is. She's like a kid at an amusement park. Adorable and so cute. Ooh, a real crime scene. Yeah, take it up. Emma, a couple minutes ago, you literally said that you don't consider it, like, we shouldn't be thinking about it because it wasn't real. Because there wasn't a body there. February 23, evidence room entrance, guard station. What was all the report in this place? It's very unsettling. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond the door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime. It sure does seem that way. Oh, what's wrong? It's so tactile, it's so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight. That's a bit weird. If you can't handle the tactile, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. Yeah, I could guess. Man, there's so much to look at here. Nothing here. Oh, okay, here we go. It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use the computer to check who went in and out of there. Okay. Are we gonna do that or not? The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It will open. You thought it would open? I think we need somebody's permission to go in there first. Or... Can I, No? Really? I can't even... Okay. Maybe I could hit R, and then I could use this, and... Oh, wait, I can't? Okay, well, that was pointless. I thought it would let me, like, use it on the door, see if it worked. Look, on the floor, a lasso. You like to set up to trap something. A trap? Here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here, but the lasso missed. You sure have an active imagination, kiddo. Okay, not much here. Oh. This flaming door made the place look like some sort of saloon. Wait, what? Why? Oh, hold on. Yeah, wait, why is it like this? I say more about yeah myself. Yikes, these are prickly. They must be the real deal. Everything that's just one big one would suffice. These tactile are a lot like my sister, actually. How so? Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spikes pointing in every direction. Just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more of an attitude thing than a physical similarity. There's a security guard uniform hanging here. That's not a security guard uniform. It looked more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. Yeah, I think that you're right. She's wrong. You have a jacket, you have her pants, you have her... What was that called? A punchy? A punchy? A pinchy? Oh, I know, a poochie. Wait, maybe that wasn't it. I think there's a poncho. But I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. Why? Why would you keep it secret? I really wish they would tell us how much you have to investigate. I think they everything. But, you know what? I want to actually do something. I think A actually should play. I'm hoping to find... Oh, wait, what? Shit! Wow, we got a reaction. There's clearly blood around the spikes here. This room's clearly messy. Someone must have slipped or something and planted their head right into these spikes. I think that might be more painful than being murdered. Damn! You speaking the truth, dog. Hey, anything else? It depends on how you're murdered, though. That's the important part. Okay. Oh, wait, what are we supposed to do now? February 23, Police Department entrance. Police! Huh? Wasn't that? One sedate young, please. Oh, it's you. Well, why did you think we had a sedate young? How did you know? Detective Dumbshoe. No time to chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a sedate young from Youngland. Pay for it yourself. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. I think they just heard the sound of his heart bleeding. Now no time for despair. We've caught our criminal. Now we just need evidence. The criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? On the same day a detective was killed in... Yeah, I don't like reading over the flashbacks. It's the biggest scandal hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Dumbshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is that I need a sedate young pronto. Standing here talking ain't gonna fill my belly. Wait, don't leave! If you want no more, head down to the detention center, pal. Selecting should be over, so I think that he's down there having a good try. Later. Well, now we know where to go. He went off to the evidence room. February 23, Detention Center, visitor's room. Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Mr. Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Better not to go too far down the road right now. These will just get confusing. What was that? Sure, that's what I'm saying. Sure, me a perpetrator? I say I would perpetrate a dead, sir. That's what I say. Oh my god. Oh, hi. Deleting, sir. Wait, I know who you are. And you, but, Mr. Edworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, sir. Officer meeting. So you are a dog here at the detention center? No, I don't think he is. No, sir, I'm not. I'm a Yo-Yo patrolman. I'm the Yo-Yo am, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir, how did I put this, sir? Wait, he isn't. Is he? Is he the suspect? You, Officer Meetings. You didn't, did you? Perpetrator Officer Meeting reporting. Sir, what? What? Now this is an unexpected turn of events. It's like a full turnabout. Sir, I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir. Ow, I can hear you just fine, Officer Meetings. I haven't been in that day, sir, so I went to the evidence room, sir. The door station in front of the room was empty, sir. Right, sir, because everything is happening in the evidence room, sir. Now there's a security officer, with none other than Officer Marshals. Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. Right when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person. Ow! My hand. What the heck is this guy doing? Are you trying to kill yourself? So what happens then? After that, sir, everything went right. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, here I was in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there's no one abandoning me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up. A bandage on his hand. Just like Mr. Die. How is it connected? Yet another similarity between the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first. Tell us how you hurt your hand. About your hand. Did that happen during the course of the crime? You see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But sir, but there was nothing to do. Nothing you to do. Sir, to tell you the truth of what happened, sir, what happened. When the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious, sir. The next thing you knew, you were, huh? Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir, all alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Now my hand there, oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow. Can you imagine how I feel? The victim's body disappeared and reappeared in Edward's car. That's some story. The victim. Shit, no! I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator. You correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sure. Please don't yell at me right now with a sharp puppet on the eye, sir. You have to label me as a perpetrator or a victim, sir. Then label me as victim! I would, but you happen to be in the detention center. And alive, and well, at that. Yes, well actually, I suppose you to say that. Do you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Sure, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I say he's heavily on the total stranger side. So you didn't know him? Sure, I worked at a tiny office devoid of Wright and other creature birds. I don't know any detectives. So if he was a total stranger, then why did you stab him? Well, Emma, I don't think he did it. He's an idiot, and I would hate if he was the villain. Sure, I had no intention of killing him, sir, none. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. Are you someone here more confused than I am? What about Emma? Maybe I'll just present all the evidence to him. Did he say something about passing the buck? He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright. It takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edward. Yeah, well, Edward was an asshole to him. Oh, shit. Come on, why? Did you really just tell me if they had nothing useful to say about it? Officer Meetings, this is for you. I'm gonna stab you. Ah, I'm scared of knives, sir. It's okay, I just want you to take a look at it. That's it, sir. That's nice, sir. That's the one, sir. I was an apple in my dream, sir, and I was being peeled. Oh, I said it that. You don't have to get at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife, but I think he's been through a lot. I don't think he's faking it either. Hey, why do you have that? That from the day. It was taken at the prosecutor's office. The day that Detective Goodman's body was found in the trunk. So this means I'm a free man, innocent. If it is a dream, sir, then I hope to never wake up. If it is a dream, you better wake up right now. Yeah, you're not really in a good position right now. I wonder how many pages of evidence we might get in the future. Yeah, what if one day we get 3 whole pages of evidence? Yeah, no, this guy had nothing to say about anything. So anyway, my hypothesis is that someone murdered Detective Goodman in the evidence room, and then they moved the body to the other place. And then, maybe Yana Shaddai is involved somehow. Come on. Okay, so he's just scared of all knives. Not even the knife that hurt him. Any knife. Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir, that's it! That's what? My head was a blank until this very moment. But now you remember. I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct, that's hard. That's hard with the target of all. This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing to be more certain, sir. I better pry into this a little deeper. Can you tell me what happened that you do remember? I didn't know Mr. Detective Dimon was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, when I entered the evidence room and asked that man to show me his ID, well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you, sir. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly, he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you, I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped at him and yeeked at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? Do unto others before they can do unto you. My father's own words, sir. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir, everything went white. When I woke up, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meeting, why was it they had you arrested? He was at the scene of a murder. That's the only reason. Just like me and Emma. What do you mean? Just like me and Maya. What do you mean, Emma? Yeah, you look at what we know. Now, Officer Meeting didn't know Officer Goodman. And the victim, who he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. I didn't even think about that possibility. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. I mean, we have a dead body. We know someone died. That's it. That's what I've been wanting to say. That I did something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here? They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the event clearly? No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? But the security camera. The climb. My climb. The climb. I flew the tape out. It's there. It's me on the tape. And you waiting until now to tell us this? I'm sorry. Really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. Okay, let's move to... Wait, where am I supposed to go now? February 23, Police Station Criminal Affairs Department, Division, whatever. Hey, Mr. Wright, you two should standing at the Chief Plus and the Chief of Detectives desk. It's Police Chief Dan. And you're sure there's all, you know what it means if there's anything missing. Sure, I'm most likely totally positively perfect. We checked all his drawers, yosters, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats, under his seat cushions, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you tell me right away. Deal? Yeah, sure. We'll sit down with the place, sure. The chief and detective looks a little flustered. Ha ha. Righto, my boy. How you been? Slim much? Chief, please stay out reporting with duty, sir. Oh wait, was that me? Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Can't believe I said that. Is Amber gonna be okay? Oh, Wormy. Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquisition. They're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yeah, well, they've got no end of trouble with the boys in year. You mean the incident on Dorothy 8? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sitting the defendant chair, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Righto? Montarma. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But you fixed it, so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. They do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what the Inquisition decides, it could be bad or worthy. What? They might kill him, murder his ass. It's downright on, I tell you. The detectives ain't killed on their own turf, too, I mean. They're being the prosecutors, I assume. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Now, Righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this one in particular, well, it's real sensitive, and I can't talk about it. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job to keeping the chief of detectives trap shot. Aha! He was the one you were picking on earlier. Huh? You saw that? Whoops! I wonder what he wanted the chief of detectives to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Oh, by presenting evidence? I was wondering, can you take a look at this? Sorry, right now, I'm doing with the... Okay, yeah, no. Okay, I think I have to keep going. Can we talk about how pretty Yana is? Like, she is really pretty, though, right? Like, she's not as overly, like, hot as Mia was, but she's still very attractive. Man, you really don't have anything to say about anything. Wow, not even the autopsy report. So yeah, there's not much this I will say. Why is he so orange? Is that because he keeps going to the beach too much? Wow, there's really nothing you want to say. Not even that, okay. We don't really seem to be able to, like... Oh my god, he's 65? Wait, how old is, Wait a minute, how old is, Sorry, I just want to check how old Yana is. 29, okay. Not that young, actually. I mean, not old. I'm not ageist or anything. Alright, so as far as I know, we are looking for Marshall. I don't know where Marshall would be, though. That's the issue. Yeah, no, I'm just searching the same places over and over again. Okay, I think I have to talk to you. But how do I promote you to say something? I presented everything to you, though. You know, you're... No, yeah, I think I'm done with you, and there's not much else I can, like... Do I have to do the dumb Tamla thing? Did that... You say something about, like, him feeling walked or something? Like, move to... I think I could examine... You have to hit it on the yellow, so yeah. It must be the detective. He mumbling something to himself. I know. The killer used a cassette tape. What a classy trick. That gunshot was fake. This is good. No one will expect a cassette tape in this day and age. He's not writing a report. He's writing a novel. What the heck? Do that on your own time, buddy. Not your job. These are the detective's stats. There are computers and files on each one. They're just a lot tinier than I'd expect. I guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. What is this? You'll need the police mascot, the Blue Badger, the future star of the police force. The design changed from the one outside. Although the dancing Blue Badger, TM, is still under development, you see. You haven't trademarked? Absolutely, it's cutting edge stuff. Really, now. I showed this doll here to my daughter and she burst into tears. Don't show her the moving mock-up outside. You'll give her nightmares. Who's how you have to see that? What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? Well, you see over here? That's Goodman's death. He wanted me to check him for anything that might be a clue. What? You tapped something? Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. A lost item report? Did Detective Goodman use something? The date on it is February 21st. Better make note of this. Goodman's lost item report. A half-written document dated 2/21st can only be submitted to the Chief of Police, added to the court record. I should really get back to investigating the police department crime scene. Can I present this to you? Really, nothing? Okay, not even brand new evidence. Wait. Sorry. Really want to test it out. I should move to police department entrance. Then I should move to here. Really, it said to go back to like this area, didn't it? Well, maybe I should take port record and then I could go with humanol. I thought I saw something here. Oh, you know what would be really cool? What if there was a case where, like, you enter the scene of the murder, but guess what? There's only a tiny bit of blood, but then you come back later, and there's so much more blood, and every time you walk back into the room, there's more blood, and, like, the mystery is, you have to figure out, like, how to, like, where do I go, like, maybe I can, oh, can I present you with, you'll do that to take this I ask, won't you? You and Officer Marshall, are you going out? Jason and I are cooperating on investigation, I go, you're just putting the past to rest. Thank you. Yeah, no, I think I don't think anything will do anything here, so move. What thing? Yeah. Yeah, no, you're not being useful. No, you're being very helpful. Yeah, you're like full of help. Not a ton of good help, but a lot of help. Okay. So I'm gonna have to figure out like where to go now. The chief of police was right about that. But I can't help but think someone at the police department doesn't like Edgeworth because he's an asshole who got a bunch of people convicted. Okay, maybe I can examine this place with it. With humanol. Sorry, I thought maybe they would be covered in blood. I don't know why. Nothing. Okay, then nothing anywhere. Sorry, I did not, everybody is saying that he's really creepy, so I thought maybe he was a murderer. He's not. He's just a dumb toy. Okay, I need a dead end. Okay, so everything in this room is checked off, so I can't really a dead end, can I? Okay. R? Oh wait, can I use the ID? No? Okay, I can't use the ID. Maybe I'll play with humanol one more time. Oh yeah, I don't see anything. Oh man. Okay, well, you move to the police department. Okay. Yeah, autoplay doesn't really work yet. Okay, wait. Oh wait, I could do story mode actually. On. So is it on auto? Oh wait. Okay. Oh, come on. Come on, they added that? They need to tell me when they add new dialogue, please. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you for a favor. Huh? Well, I never thought that they would tell me Rhino asked me for a favor. Well, I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Now, Rhino. Actually, I'm sorry, I don't need to investigate after all. Rhino, please, do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, sure, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content, knock yourself out. It just goes to show you never know until you ask. And here, for you, you can borrow this. Hey, this is a detective ID card, ain't it? Like a special card with this, so don't use it. Yes, sir, it's an honor. You just run it on and do your best now. Later, folks. It looks like two on my lapel, don't you think? Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir, because yes, we did go into the evidence room now, sir. The evidence room is beyond that door. And now we have the ID card with the chief dance. You just walk in. It won't open. Aha! The card reader turned off, see? What is that security guard dating? Howdy, partner. Well, what made my bambina die so delay? Officer Marshall. Why do you have to be him? Why do you have to be him looked for? And you may have survived, this is my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw, that car you got there on your chest? That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw. Well, what are you standing around for? Get it on, you dotty, there's a crime scene awaiting. Beep. There's a guitar reader back on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, I got no mind to tangle with all plays you, ain't you? You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us, Blaze. Damn, he got told. They moved. Wait. I was wondering if we could talk to you. No. But I'm off to roam the land. You had to tumbleweed on a wide prairie. You had to dodge Selena yelling his shit shooter. I say a yellow player. What was that all about, Mr. Wright? I think he was just too hungry to talk. You're just saying that because your stomach was blabbering. You have no idea what he was talking about either. Well, in any case, we need to get collecting on this investigation pronto. I'd be wondering if we could talk to you. Sorry, Bambina. But I'm off to roam the land like a tumbleweed on a wide prairie. Like the Dutchland. Okay. You didn't say the exact same word. Oh, I know what we have to do. That smell. Remind me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, sure from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yeah, Mr. Dar. What's this? What? What's wrong? Fayea sedate beyond. I see! I see! I don't see. I wonder what it means. It must be some sort of toad. Alright, Bambina, you win. Anything. Yeah. Finally, it seems like he's willing to talk. Okay. Yeah, talk. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You've done good eye, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Marshall at the detention center told us, that poor old guy, I keep getting him, poor guy, I keep getting his name wrong and telling him meet you. He told us something. He said that when the dam entered, you were at your sedation. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look like it, but y'all might fire for the job, you know? So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my zippy. No, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for person here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job keeping an eye on the place. I know what maybe 2 of the machines here do. Only 2 of them? There must be dozens. Yeah, I said, Bambina. Me and machines, well, I ain't never much as I do cauliflower with my sedate. The easier one to understand here are the security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meaton mentioned. If nothing happens, then the tapes are automatically erased every 3 hours. And Officer Meaton and Detective Goodman, are they on those tapes? I reckon they might be. You're the security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. We got one. Rush, the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID that passes through. That seems important. So did the ID card record. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina. I can't show you any more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether they were related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove the record is tied to the stabbing. Mr. Starr told us something. That's all done now. You're the drinking hole in the prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It was all solved on the record book, but it smelled like a bad Damon poster. I can't let it go. There's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one actually tells us what happened. There's some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that taste is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our taste. That's right. The evidence transferal. Everyone was talking about the transferals too. Sorry, but can you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We only keep evidence from solved cases in this room. The tests are under the presiding detective supervision from 2 years ago. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, huh? See? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's office. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. Why February? I see now. Transferal is like funeral for old cases. 2 years after the case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that what happened to SL9 2 days ago. Okay. Is that it? Oh shit, was I supposed to present something to you? Oh, I'm supposed to prove it was related. Okay. The sheriff back in the wild elected. Oh my god. I'm supposed to prove to you that, like... Oh, here. See this? This is the victim's ID card. The one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on it is 5842189. Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. Oh, it's right here at 5:14 p.m. Look, the fourth number is a perfect match. We used that 5:14 right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the whole world. So, when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. But wait, what did Officer Marshall say? So he had his card. Damn. If he had his ID card, then why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meetings? The only reason I can think of is like two. Either the person Goodman didn't want any witnesses, or the ID card was like something was wrong with it. Like maybe it was the real card, but this wasn't Goodman. Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. ID card record added to the tort record. Ain't that a lot of records? IDs of all who enter the evidence room on 2/21st. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this yet to other people here with IDs. Well, do you want me to do that now or later? Because I think we can enter the room now. Okay, February 23, evidence room, Sector 3. It's quiet. The investigation must be over. So, they're in the evidence room? It really is kind of like the graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have glass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't sit there me. I'm not even trying, honey. Yeah! Whoa! Ow! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't meant. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So it's true what I heard? Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart desires. Knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So, Chief of Police Dan, will you loan anyone $50? Even me, the poorest of the poor, the lowest of the low? So, that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today? Boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. Evidence room floor plans added to the court record. Scene of the stabbing of a detective at the PD. Okay, let's look around first. Oh wow, there's a whole other area here. Not the door we just came in through. You don't need an ID to get out. I wonder what would happen if Officer Marshall cut the power while we were inside. Just hope he remembered we were in here. Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. That looks like a tar door. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the flame. Maybe the guy they taught was some sort of escape artist and he got away? Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing. He's been shot directly in the forehead. Better him than us. I do agree with that sentiment. It is all one item. There's something sticking out of here. You look like the shirt. I think it must be evidence from some case. I wonder if Detective W put this here. There you go, pal. Making me out to be some sort of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or wet. The guard checked on that kind of stuff and notified the detective responsible. How many times have I had it bleeding down my neck because of some silly evidence? It's kind of your fault some people get convicted without being guilty. If you're gonna talk about it behind the back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. This place is stuffed with evidence, stuffed with gleams of murders and solving murders. I'm not sure about the gleams. It will open. Do you really think it would? Hey, pal. Our security is high-tech around here. What does that mean? Oh, can I talk to you? Boss for a day. So, Detective W, you're boss for the day? That's right, it's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? Huh? They're using yesterday's finding to prove tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm gonna take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence, Yachter, pal. You have a Yachter in here too, Detective Dumbshoe? Of course. I'm a detective after all. They made me a Yachter only I can open, pal. Only you can open. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every Yachter is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using the ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID card can be off. Why, I'm on my third card since entering the force already. Why are you still a detective? That sounds like a yacht. Yeah, but even I can't use my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint. Exactly, pal. The yacht for each Yachter is coated with a fingerprint. So the only Yachter we can open is our own. Funny, they look like normal Yachters. These are the latest model. These are clipped to the handle, see? The handles? On the other side of the handle is a sensor. If the wrong person touches it, you get a shot. If that happened, my hand would be blackish and molting every day. In any case, the yachts aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force who don't know about the fingerprint yachts. You know, I would think that you would be one of those people, Detective Dumbshoe. Okay, evidence Yachter. Only the assigned detective's print can unlock it. Indicator yanks up when it's open. I'll always believe in Mr. Edward, no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edward is with the interview committee right now. They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. I guess it's what you call fate. Mr. Edwards just can't get away from that case. That case? It's gonna be SL9. Yeah, that case. Yeah, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edwards. Maybe we could get him to tell him more about the case. Okay, so we finished talking to this chucklehead, okay? We finished talking to him. Now, you can't open the Yachter if your fingerprint doesn't match. If you can open it, they'll give you 50 cents. What? Is that like a bet? Is that a bet? Okay. No, the police department lacks faith in its yacht system. Damn, hard note, Emma. Write that down. After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed in here after opening his Yachter. Really? At the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office. Hey, Detective Dumbshoe, can you tell me which Yachter is his Yachter? Well, that actually gave us valuable evidence. And I'm gonna get one thing, speaking as a detective. If I see a piece of evidence and I know nothing about it, I say nothing. Nothing. That's fine, I guess? I don't know. You bet it's fine, pal. In fact, it's optimal for my job. So you take a look at this. This is the ID card record of the people who came in on the day of the stabbing. I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the murder. Whoa. What? That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edward. Wait, why does a prosecutor have an ID number? Why would a prosecutor have an ID number? Aren't they investigation numbers? Also, I don't know if he has an ID number. The only people we know who have ID numbers is Bruce Goodman and Gumshoe and Detective Dan, because he talks about it. So why does a prosecutor have a number in this place? And does she have a author here too? What? They got a number on this list belongs to Mr. Edward. What? Why did he have one? What? Okay, so I think it was updated. Probably had new information. Can I check it again? Okay, so we know 2 ID card numbers now. But who went in 2 times? And who in the top one that is all 7s? They must be a really lucky person to get such a good number. Okay, yeah, no. Yeah, I don't expect all of them to yield results. Oh, wait. Detective Goodman's note, and I flip-blade knife. I bet Edward was most surprised of anyone. I mean, yeah, I also bet all that. Because of the SL9 connection? No, because it happened in his car, with his knife, and he's the prosecutor. That would all surprise me. That was Mr. Edward's first big taste, you know, 2 years ago. Really? That was his first big taste? Okay. That was the first time the real knew Edward as a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that taste turn up now? I think it's not over, pal. SL9. Maybe there are some loose ends left from that taste. I bet. All this shit keeps coming back. Why did I get ready to talk about it? That's the photo that Miss Shadar took. Anything you can talk about it? That Miss Shadar is like the lady. Why, I remember it was in winter. I was 16. What? She was the only person who got me to talk about what happened. About what? 16? That's how old I am now. I wonder what happened. I wonder if Detective W were a clinical in high school too. That depends if he always wanted to be a detective. Wait, what did you guys talk about? I actually want to know. But also, like, wait, what is the age difference? Give me a minute. Okay, yeah, you have nothing to say about that? Okay, yeah. I wish I could, like, I wish there was a slightly fast... Oh. Detective Goodman... Okay, well, you didn't say the same stuff. Okay. Okay, so apparently that was his first big taste. About Mr. Edward's first big taste. That's kind of surprising me. How long has he been a detective or something? That's the victim, Detective Goodman's ID card. These days, everything's cards and secret numbers. I can never react. You are a detective, and kind of your job to, like, deal with secrets and investigations. And crime. Your job was never supposed to be reacting. That's only because you always use your card. I always forget my secret numbers too. Shadari, right? Yeah? My face should be IP enough. What's the whale coming to? I mean, that is a good point. Facial ID can also be the way they open. Detective W, rebel against the system of intelligence. Hey, that's it. That's the Team of Prosecutor Award that Mr. Edwards got the other day. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective W? Of course, pal. I got an award with diligence myself. What does that mean? Like effort? You put effort into your job? Well, congratulations, buddy. I wonder why is the shield. I wonder why the award is a shield. And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. He doesn't know. Apparently, he's forgotten. Oh shit. Sorry, give me a minute. I have to go back. I'm pretty sure that was new dialogue at the end. What would drive Chief Prosecutor Shaddai to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean... well, of course someone else did it. Someone who must have had a drug against Mr. Edgeworth. Well, yeah, I agree. How? Okay, well, yeah, that didn't really help. I'm pretty sure I presented everything now. Can I talk? Oh, there's more. That's good. Now, that was a bloody, violent case. Violent? So it was a murder? A serial killing. A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. What? Are you just gonna leave, Phoenix Wright? I'm not gonna let you do that. But the killer made a mistake. And Edward built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago? That put Mr. Edward right in the spotlight. And started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence? It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the clear furl the other day. Yeah, apparently reality doesn't care about, oh, the bureaucrat saying that everything ends on this day. The truth doesn't give a shit about how much time it was. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Wait, what do you mean? Well, yeah, no, we already knew that, didn't we? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So, that switchblade knife, the victim took the knife out of the evidence yonder himself? Is it? Okay, wow, that kind of ended haphazardly. Okay, I'm pretty sure we look at this item. Or at least at these. Doesn't seem to be anything in the authors. Some sort of bulky equipment and dammering dust here. What sort of sorry looking fishing pole that is? Oh my god, is that the pole we used to catch Dorothy in the last case? That's awesome, I love references. I never did that around to using it. We did. Wait, I've seen that. Oh my god, it's the metal detector too. My god, I love references. Right, pal, that's the metal detector. The one that led to the solving of that tape out on Dorothy 8. Remember? Oh right. Wow, that feels like it was ages ago. Like maybe 1 week. And I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a bug sleeper. I'm sure it will come in handy in solving a case sooner or later. Imagine if that comes up later, like, in another case. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. That cheap looking box. You can't think a person or a machine by their cover. Something. I need to read that last one. You can't judge a person or a machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart. I mean, good policy, but machines don't have heart. That's all? What about over here? Okay, yeah, all of these are also checked off, so I guess I can turn around. Yeah, okay. Oh, there's a lot more shit over here than I remember there being. Oh, wait. Oh my god, there's a bloody handprint. What's this? Blood? It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. It looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright, what if there are other blood stains left in the room? We should use her testing fluid to check it out. Really, I kind of want to like just look around for a minute, you know. I think I should check the room in normal mode before I check it out in like the special mode. Really, the paint cans don't have anything? That's surprising. Sorry, to what? Okay, yeah. All of the doctors are checked out because we only checked one out. Here's something. What is a saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. I get it, but I think true art has always been about communicating a message. And yet, you're right. A lot of art has been made to oppress against a bad system because art is a form of communication that is subtle and non-verbal. With a painting, you can say something like, I think that this ruler is corrupt, and not get your head cut off for it. True art. I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here. Wait. Oh my god. Oh my god, is this where you made him? In this evidence room? That's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger? Well, you might say that in my studio. Your boss would not say that. Here, in the evidence room? That's it? Okay. Look, this one's open. And the red indicator light above the door is lit. Yeah, that's how it works. That yachter is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprints. Okay, so this is a yachter. Detective Goodman's yachter. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like this? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. We would have to remove his whole finger and we would have to put it on there. Oh, hey, do you guys know that, you can't use a dead person's finger to unlock their phone? Because I'm pretty sure the phone actually checks if, you have heat or something, it checks to make sure that, you're alive, or, the system wouldn't work if you're dead. So that's pretty handy. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. Someone left a glove here, but only one. It's SL9. Detective Dumbshoe, maybe? There you go, pal. Making me out to be some sort of absent-minded detective. Why do you do that, man? That's evidence from the case, you know? You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. Rubber glove. Tagged evidence from the SL9 incident. Extremely hidden rubber glove. Okay. What is this? Wait. Oh my god. It should leave the cursor where it was. Wow, someone must have bloated something big to make all these pieces. Detective Dumbshoe, perhaps? I love how we're just blaming Detective Dumbshoe for everything. Like, it was him. Maybe it was him. Perhaps it was him. There you go, pal. Making me out to be some sort of hooligan. And then yet he always says that. It's hilarious. I love running jokes. That's apparently from The Taste. The Taste? The SL9 incident, pal. See the stickers on the pieces? Another piece of SL9 evidence? Let's take a closer look. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. Do I try putting it back together? Aha! Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on it before giving up. Well, that's not really a good test because you're really bad at your job. So for all I know, you did a shitty job for 3 hours. That's why I always carry around a tub of glue. Well, this piece looks at the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. How is it gonna work? Oh my god! Well shit, how is this gonna work? How do they really help? Okay. Okay, some of the pieces have blood on them. Maybe that will help. Okay. Can I move it? Nope. Oh, okay, maybe I can no? No? Nope. Oh, we got one. Okay, now we can turn it around. And okay, that one's red, so maybe it needs a red mark. The only red I see is this one. No? No? Nope. Okay, well that was obvious. So was that. That too. That's weird, it just doesn't fit any of them. Oh, well wait, maybe I need a... No? Really? No? Okay. No? Okay, that was kinda obvious. Just kind of... Okay, I don't think it's any... I don't think it's those two. Maybe I... Oh! No, really? Okay. Not that one. Okay, I don't think it's that piece at all. Oh! We got it! Where did the blood? Oh, that's not blood, that's just the... Okay, well that was dumb. It's just the red mark, really? Well, I have to figure out what fits here. Rotate it. No? Okay. I don't think it will go that way. And... No? Okay, that kind of fits. And by fits, I mean, it kind of makes sense that it doesn't work. No, okay. Yeah! Okay. Now it actually is blood. We need to find something that has a right fit. That's just the top though. Oh, here we go. There's it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we have to do the top now. how do I, okay, I don't think I can actually rotate the thing, okay. Okay, yeah, no, it's not that one, but, okay, yeah. Then we have a hole here. Yeah, no, that, maybe this one? No, okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. Here we are. I don't think that would fit. Okay, maybe a... Aha! Now there's only one piece left, so it's pretty obvious. There's a missing piece, though. What happened to that piece? Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. Okay, well, then why didn't you just tell us there's a missing piece? And why the hell was it not put together? Like, what, do you take it apart every time? You got this far in 2 minutes, and you spent the rest of 3 hours trying to, like, what? Figure out the other ways to put it together? Were some of the pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Unstable jar. The jar pieced back together from fragments found at the crime scene. A piece is missing. Who wants to bet that piece will become important later? Unstable jar added to the court record. Okay. What else do we have to look at? I think that's almost everything, maybe. I should... Okay, we did this. We did... Oh, wait, what? But there are 2 things that bother me. 1, why is some of the pieces missing? 2, doesn't it seem a little unstable? I guess, but it does have a solid foundation. No wonder it broke. I'll make sure to remember that next time I make the jar. Okay. I think we did everything, didn't we? I really wish it would tell me when to investigate a new area more properly. You know? Oh, but I should probably do like port record and like do the humanol test. Oh my god, we are almost done with like... Dude, I think we're gonna get 3 roads eventually, like, in this case. Display. Obviously, we're gonna do the already pleasant blood stain. Okay. I knew it! This is someone's right hand print. What? What's the matter, detective? The author! It's my author! What, did you cut your hand? It's yours. Please! You have to help me when they come take me away! Promise you'll testify I wouldn't harm a fly! Hey, man, you wouldn't do that for my dependents. Why would I do it for you? You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plan. I'm telling all you guys, believe me, you can't collect the police. No, they're taking me away. Help! Oh no. What? But you're a detective. I love that. Like, as soon as he's the one who gets in trouble, he doesn't give a shit. What about over here? Is there any blood here? Like, maybe the paint is blood. I like how I can't move behind, like, yeah, I can't go behind the little bar here. This, this out-of-universe bar, it won't let me do it. Oh my god! That's so much! That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not professional. What's your opinion, detective? Huh? Pale blue blood. Wait, how can you see it? You're the one wearing the glasses. You shouldn't be able to see it at all. Maybe Detective Goodman. What? He was an alien? A ghost? Is that his ectoplasm? Was actually an alien! I expected nothing better of you, Detective. This proves that something really did happen in front of the altar. I'll make a note of it on the floor plan. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you should have asked. Yeah, I don't know why Phoenix asked you. You aren't much help. Ah, shit. Anything else? No? Maybe that's everything. Okay, there's nothing on the altars. The dove. No, nothing on the dove either. There really isn't a lot here to dissect. Okay, I think that's everything. We did all of this. And we also examined everything too. I guess we did talk about it now. Maybe we did talk about it. Well, I can present it. Oh wait, can I not present? Oh wait. Maybe I hit A. Yeah, maybe I need to find the blood. Okay, yeah? Hey look, they're hard to make out, but there are some dark red stains here. Look like blood. Do you think Detective Goodman's blood somehow got on it when he was stabbed? It's a possibility. Not likely. Okay? I think I was wrong. This blood looks like it's been here for months. Maybe longer. I like how Phoenix just knows how blood works. This jar was evident in the SL9 incident. That might be when the blood got on it. So like 2 years ago? Is there anything else? I'm just like examining all of it now. I love being able to move objects in 3 dimensions. Oh, I can present. Oh. Okay, well, how about you talk about the jar then? You don't have nothing to say about the jar either. Okay, well, at this point, I think I presented everything to you. Except for the blood, maybe. Did it have the blood too? Yeah, okay, it does. You have nothing to say about that either. Okay. Do I talk to somebody now? Somebody intelligent, maybe? No, you have nothing to say either? Don't know. Okay, wait. Let me, okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, so I have business in the evidence room still. Well, I already, did that. And I totally checked it, so A? But what else is there to check? Oh. Oh my god! Well, how was I supposed to find... Well, okay, well... I think I was supposed to, like, check the whole room. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out. Yeah, maybe he hit it on the way out. Like maybe he was about to fall down and he held the yachter. This just might be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What's this? It's called humanal testing fluid. Where do you get your hands on that? Huh? I like to get some too, pal. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Where did you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I better jot this down on the floor plan. Hey, pal, just in the time. Was there somewhere you needed to be going? It's just Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be getting out soon. Also, give them my report for the day. Is that a restaurant? Why do you have that? It might help, you know? Report? Oh. You mean that note written on the back of that flyer? The one that said nothing but no problems? W, you're a bad detective. Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth you're talking about. I'm sure he could use a report like this. What, that you had no problems? I believe in him. I get that. Who needs enemies when you got friends like Detective W? He'll trip you up on your own. On his own. I'm off, pal. Later. I should probably see what Edward has to say too. Okay, so I guess I should move to his office maybe? Where would his office be? Oh, it would be here. And then I go to his office from here. February 23, High Plus Activity Office, room 1202. Hey, I know you! Desk, my apologies. Oh, it's you! Have we met somewhere? How dare you! I am the whole reason your hotel has any popularity now. I am literally the one who figured out that Miss May was a criminal. Without me, your little hotel would be nothing but trash. Your little Datewater murder manor is mine. Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Right. He had the hotel bring him tea service? How close is the hotel? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the District Prosecutor's Office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective W was looking for you. Yes, he brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? No. He was fucking useless. Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I didn't even try to console me somehow. The real information is on the other side, Edgeworth. Don't tell him. I think he's actually kinda happy about what W did. But also that's funny, W tried to give him his report and said it's not going to be helpful. And it turns out Edgeworth found that the paper was more helpful. That was funny. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. I mean, yeah, I agree. He's been through a fucking fuck ton in the last 2 years. Yeah, talk. So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to not treat this as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communication error during the investigation. I mean, that's what it was. That is what it was. Concealing evidence. Yes, apparently there were some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were yucky this time. Again. Again. I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Tell me about tomorrow. Are you okay with the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However, something happened? They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? The police department? Yes. Any further investigation from this case will be directed by the chief of police, Dan. Okay, that's special. I could do nothing but wait for his results. Isn't that how it works in real life? The police have the power over the investigations? I see. Why? I ask you why. All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. What are you talking about? You did bad stuff before. Let me check my evidence. I have a lot of evidence. Right, well, what about that time you hid evidence? Where is it? Oh, ha, here we go. It was a good barista there who told me not to talk. You did that. And then, over here, you said that my theory was basic conjecture based on nothing. So don't act like you never did anything wrong, Edward. You spent your entire career doing that. Yeah, you literally told a witness to shut up. 2 times, I'm pretty sure. But still. Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. What about that time he had PTSD? I think I should present evidence to you. Right? Please. I am the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and deduct the case with you over a cup of tea. I'll pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case. Mr. Wright, Mr. Edwards just told you no in a very polite manner. Whose side are you on anyway? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I'll get a reaction out of him? Okay, so I should just keep doing this. The issue is now, every time I do it, like, oh right, I better check this now. As I was saying, what's this? A record of ID card usage? Edward, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no, yes. Yes, that's true. Why? Mr. Edward? Please, don't look at me like that. I was asked to know by Detective Dan, no, yes. The chief of police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. What, a blue driver? What number is that? That is the... That is the AI-16 case, I guess. The AI-16 case. He told me she wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. That's a bit weird. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if it was evidence that was already filed. The chief had never wanted to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbing, I brought this sheep back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really had nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I better make a note of it. Screw driver. Okay, yeah, AI-16. Screw driver. Evidence from a past case of Edgeworth. Brought back to his office by Chief Dance Retract. I wonder if I know a case where Edgeworth was prosecutor and it had a screwdriver in it. Unrelated evidence. Screwdriver added to the court record. Dumber than always. I told you this had nothing to do with the current case. What about this? So now I'm just gonna expect him to say no every time, and I might hit the B button before I know it. Oh shit! God damn it! See, this is what I mean. It does that. I know you. You probably got hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on. The SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who has revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you this sooner or later. He must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edward, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Okay, well, give me a minute. Yeah, we have a ton of evidence. Yeah, a fuck ton. Yeah, I did not expect us to get the 3 whole pages. Yeah, whose side are you on, Emma? You are literally a fan of the prosecutor who might condemn your sister. Oh, but... Okay, well it was the exact same. So, apparently, Edward really liked tea. Yep, this guy had nothing to say about anything. Who wants to bet my attorney bag you did nothing out of him? This is not about the case. I'm talking about me here. Me! It's all about me. Okay, so now we probably have a talking point. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time. Damon Dance. Wait, he was deputy chief of police? That wacky old tooth was involved in the case 2 years ago too then? Damn, tell me you told him a wacky old tooth. He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you got nervous? You get nervous too, Mr. Edward? Emma, he's still a human. What I want to know is why was the deputy chief of police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. I told everybody to lie all the time and bribed the witnesses. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, there would be blood on my hand. And if he was the wrong person and I executed him, there would be blood on my hand. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. I didn't even update it. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. Wasn't your code literally just anybody could be lying? And if anybody could be lying, then the only proper thing I could do is to, like, make everybody guilty. Isn't that your code? By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science. Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this luminol testing fluid. Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I've got no say in today's investigation. Do as you will, to whom you will. Anyway, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective W too? You know, the person who's, like, is a detective and shit. Fingerprinting set. With Hubbard's fingerprint for handprint for comparison. With fingerprint file. Received from whoever out here. Well, you're just going. One last investigation. Yeah, for the video? I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Wait, can I examine this? He doesn't like it, remember? Yeah, you think he wants to show this off more than that giant steel samurai. Then again, everyone has always been like that. Really? Hey, I should write that down. Tell me what he was like as a kid. Back in elementary school, he won awards for all kinds of things. Speech contests, essays, playing the flute, golf tournaments. That doesn't exactly sound like your typical elementary school stuff. But he always hated receiving awards. He made some smart remarks like, I know the path I walk. No one else needs to tell me. God, he was such a fucking nerd. That's how he always been. Time to get under your skin, doesn't it? A bit. Just an iota. Wow, this jacket is even lacier than his usual ones. This must be his yachty trial jacket. Yachty jacket, right. I've never seen him wear it. Yeah, because he never beat you. I'm sure there's a story behind why it's in a flame. Maybe I'll be naughty and take a picture. Maybe I'll be naughtier and steal it. I don't think there's much else here. Nope. I presented all the evidence, and I'm pretty sure they want me to go to the police department and check out those fingerprints. February 23, evidence room, Sector 3. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, Here in the blood of the detective evidence yonder. Yet you, the secret weapon we just borrowed, is even better than any of the ones Detective Dick had in the last case. Right, yes, it started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leave behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. I can't really tell the difference at a glance. Click procrastinating and choose a finger. Okay, well, this one is way too blurry. This one is, well, it's better, but not that much better. This one's good. I would definitely choose this one, but it looks kind of sideways, which means it might not have a good fingerprint. What about this one? It's clear and it looks like it's directly on the author. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma is starting to get a sparkle in her eye. First, we sprinkle the aluminium powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With the A button, see? Ah, it looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? With the X button. Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to, though. It's fine, it won't go up your nose or anything. It's not like cocaine. You just pour the powder on it and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. I think I'll give this a try. I wonder how accurate this is. Yeah, I wonder how accurate to real life forensics these are. You know, like the luminol and the fingerprinting. Yeah, I wonder how realistic it is. I would actually really like to see a forensic scientist talk about her methods. I think that would be a fun playthrough to watch. I just want to make everything really white now. As white as the 1980s. Oh, we did it! You found one! But there's nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? It thinks it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this print must be wearing gloves. So I wasted all that time? Don't tell me we've been wasting our time. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a little shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Looking at the author door closely again. It seems like there are fingerprints outside of the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprint outside the blood. Well, no, they're inside the blood. Oh, what is this? I didn't even see it. Okay, so I just keep doing this. I have to keep hitting the button though. I think the hardest part is like continuously hitting the button. Yeah, I have to really spam it out. But I'm doing it. Maybe a bit more. Around the edges, kind of. Okay, and here we go. That should be enough. Yay! A plate so clear it's dazzling. It is remarkably good. Dazzling. Anyway, this plate took a lot of effort to find. Yet matched it right away. So, we're not done yet? This is quite the process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess you're right. Phoenix, right? You act like such a child sometimes. Looking at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edward and point to the person using these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it is? Who it was? I can make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprint are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our taste. So whose fingerprint do you think would be most likely to find on this evidence yonder? Oh yeah! Wait, this Dumbshoe's yonder, isn't it? No. No. Nope. Nope. Oh, I think there's it. 6, 8, 9, 10. Wow, I like this method. Match found. Aha! So these plate belong to Detective Dumbshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that'll probably be because I've been thinking, so what? Okay, so we came up with nothing this time. But there's always that time. Sometimes you hit, and sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Shit, where was it? Oh wait, there was one right here, wasn't there? There where we got a luminol testing fluid reaction, right? Right! There was a handprint right here. Okay, wanna try using this? There goes her eyes sparkling again. Okay, let's check her print. That should be it. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? To the area with the blood we wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it by chemical means. Any plant in that area will be wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no plant. Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me, I don't know anything about science. I'm a dumbass. Anyway, we must try to find plants that weren't wiped away. Plants other than the one left by the bloody handprint. Okay, I think I get what she's saying. We have 3 fingerprints, but a human has 5 fingers, so that means that there must be more fingerprints here. So yeah, I'm gonna keep spamming this button while doing this button, and hopefully I'll find a fingerprint. Okay. Okay, we need a bit more here. You can need a 3 and 4 the outer shape, because the inner shape seems kinda well defined. I wonder who this would be. Okay, X for blow. Oh, in your head? Maybe, but maybe not. No. No, wait, it might be this one. Yeah, it's his. But wait, why is his fingerprints here? Hey, these fingerprints, who are they? Who? Is it someone I know? Yes, actually. It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Marshall? Marshall's fingerprints found on a bloody handprint left in the evidence room. The prints have been wiped. Added to the court record. That's gotta be a coincidence. No way she's involved in the crime. Emma, you can't say that. Not scientifically. Emma. This is decidedly different from Detective W's print. The luminal testing reaction, the blood and the fingerprint are in the same place. Oh. Oh! So, we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a white blood stain. Not a good look. But why would Officer Marshall... It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. No! How could this be? My favorite person ever. I knew him before he was an asshole. A total asshole. Okay, everybody, I am gonna have to end the video here. We did one tort segment and one investigation segment in this episode. And I think that has to be the first time we've ever done that. So I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!